Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bites Whiskey Reviews with a gaming twist. I'm your host, Clifton, and welcome to another Thursday night live stream, which I'm realizing my microphone's on the wrong microphone. Let's try this one more time. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me better? Welcome to another Thursday night live stream. As you can tell, I'm a little off my vibe. I think it's just because I just got back from vacation yesterday. We were in Mexico for 4 nights, 5 days. It was fantastic. But I am glad to be back to my whiskey collection. So I thought what would be a fun way to kind of come back, even though you guys didn't even know I was gone because I literally streamed last week. But those of you that are on our Discord know that I've been traveling a bit. So I thought it would be fun to gather about 30 of my samples. And these are spanning all across the world of whiskey. There's some bourbon, there's some rye, there's some scotch, there's some Irish, there's some Indian. Gosh, what else? There's probably something, Canadian. Lots of different types of whiskeys here tonight. So I'm going to bring back one of our old friends. Of course, we know it as the Wheel of Whiskey. Now, a lot of times I would use it for giveaways and things like that. But back in the day, we used to use it to pick different whiskeys. So, like I said, I've got 29 of them on there right now. They're all laid out in front of me. You can't see them. It's going to probably be chaos me trying to find the one that I pick. But we're going to spin it. We're going to see how many we can get through, and we will get this Cliffy Bus rolling. But I'm most excited just to be back with you guys tonight. I didn't have time to fully plan like a full research stream, so a lot of these I don't actually know much about. Many of them I've had before, so a lot of these are going to be repeats. But since it's going to be random, it's going to be a bit of fun. I hope to get through some interesting ones tonight. I see Tony said he is driving the Cliffy Bus right now through the Airbnb in Lexington. Not really. I'm back in stupid Illinois. Okay. Well, those of you that were at This Is My Bourbon Weekend, it sounds like it was a great time. Wish I could have been there. But yeah, sounds like it's so much fun. I love meeting up with whiskey friends whenever I can. Taste and Sensibility in the house, along with Donner Pass Whiskey. Donner Pass was asking any whiskey on the wheel or just whiskey? Oh yeah, there's some EYs, there's some Ys, there's some. I guess they all qualify as whiskey. Is there really anything weird up here? No, I didn't get anything weird. There's not like any new make or anything, but yeah, they're all whiskey. Thank you, Donnie, for checking in. I was a little tardy. My microphone, I think I'd pushed some buttons on it from my last stream, where I was. Oh, it wasn't last stream. Was it last stream when I was up at with the folks from Knox and Dobson? I don't know if that was last week or the week before. I don't know. All my anything pre-vacation is blending together. So, but I got the settings right, so hopefully it sounds okay now. Yeah. Whiskey Pear's in the house. What's up? Hey, Whiskey Pear and I may be doing some fun Matt Madness training soon. I'm waiting for an update on Matt Madness. I have not heard whether I'm officially in or not. I know I was ranked on the latest poll, but I know Matt's been up to some other stuff lately, so have not heard an official verdict. But when I get that date for when I'm going to be on, we're going to do at least one training round with our friend Whiskey Pear. Should be a good time. Brandon's here as well, and Donnie. I think I just said hi to you, Donnie, twice. 4-Leaf Whiskey, hey, some of your samples are here. Some of these are leftovers from our several Irish whiskey streams, so y'all go check out Stacy's channel if you're not yet a subscriber over there. Adam Free is here as well as Over. Wow, great, folks. The patrons are showing up tonight. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. Donnie's like, I did not say anything. No, it's because I restarted it. It changed my default microphone to my webcam, but this should just be sounding a good bit better. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce that. Something is happening right now. Lots of happy people from all over the world on Isla right now. Oh, must like a local festival. I've heard. I recognize that. I don't know anything about it, but very cool. Brandon says, to any of my samples, probably. Honestly, I grabbed a random selection. You know where my drawers are. I literally just took about half of these from the top drawer, half of them from the bottom drawer. No order. I wanted a whole selection here, so I'll pull up in just a second. Pull up in just a second what we're going to be trying here. Actually, I'll go ahead and pull it up. Let me hide this real quick. I want you guys to see the full extent of the Wheel of Whiskey tonight. All right, let's pull that up for you guys. So, here's a quick little look. Like I said, there's about 29 different whiskeys on here. Honestly, I just ran out of time. I could have added more, but I'm like, 29's enough for me to try to get through. Honestly, you know what? I don't like uneven numbers. I'm gonna do 30. Let me find one more. Let me reach down to the sample drawer of mystery. This. Oh, interesting. Okay, Springbank 12-year cask strength. Oh, I've traditionally not been a fan of spring bake, but we're going to add that to the list. We'll find out tonight. So let me add that. Spring bake 12. All right, so we got some spring bake in the mix now too. So got a great selection here, like I said. Whiskeys from all over the world, but should be a great time to go through and spin it. Well, I guess we need something in the glass. I mean, I guess, y'all, I'm probably going to get really drunk tonight by doing this, but we're going to do it. We're going to try to see how many we can get through. If someone wants to keep count. Fish eel is kind of how you pronounce it. It's the year's Isla Fest. Oh, interesting. Okay. Fish eel. Very cool. So you need to drink all 30 samples. Oh, no. Yeah, don't... Emily chiming in, don't kill Cliffy. I appreciate you chiming in there. Thank you for saving the Emily. As, y'all are both mods. I can't say like, oh, she's a mod, she's going to control me. But, Brandon, you're going to be a bad influence on me. So who knows? Who is Taylor Boone is in the chat. Welcome, Taylor. I don't think you might be new here, but good to see you. Who is Taylor Boone? Tell us about you. Hope you're not just like a bot or something. But if not, hello and welcome. Yeah, so we got a cool lineup. Let's go and spin the wheel of whiskey. Let's see what our first pour of the night is. All right, let's go. Cliffy Bus is coming. I should have changed the music. I didn't even think about that. All right, we are starting off with a bourbon. So I am excited. This is a Peerless Double Oak Bourbon. I bought a bottle of this a long time ago. I saved a sample just in case I wanted to return to it. I never really did anything else with Peerless. So I guess we'll do some Peerless. Is anyone out there a big Peerless fan? I know they've had a few new releases come out lately. And I missed their tasting at the New Orleans Bourbon Fest this year. They apparently had one. It was one of the early morning ones, so I think it was at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Anyways, it was the morning after I drank way too much, so I definitely skipped that tasting. Unfortunately, I heard that it was actually really good. They had a bunch of really cool parts of their newer lineup there. So I know our friend Todd Cooper got a chance to try it, but I'm already struggling to find where this one is. I literally only have 30 samples up here. Why? And they're all facing me. Where is? There we go. Found it. Tony says he loves that double oak. Yeah, so I did do a tour of Peerless a while back ago. I mean, I'm talking like 2019, so it's been a minute. I love their story. I love their distillery. I love how small it is. It traditionally felt like their price point was a bit high for what the whiskey is at this time. They're a new company. Their whiskey's fairly young, although it's getting up there in age now. It's probably 5-6 years old now. I really like their rye whiskey. Haven't had a chance to try too much because, again, it's pretty pricey. But if any folks out there from Peerless want to reach out and come to the channel, please, I'd love to try more. Right now, the Double Oaked is the only one I have in my collection. Not even that, it's in a sample bottle. This one in particular is 107.9 proof, so up there in proof, but not too bad. I'm glad I'm not blowing my palate with like a hazmat something, which there might be on the, I don't know. I don't even know what the highest proof I have here in front of me, but we'll find out as we go through. Whiskey Pear says he loves the Peerless Double Oak. It needs time in the glass though. 10 minutes. Okay, well, we only got an hour here tonight, so it's been in a sample bottle for a while though, so maybe it's kind of opened up. And it was from a full size bottle. This is just what I saved, so I assume it's going to be opened up a bit. Emily asked, "Have we tried the Stave and Bean coffee that Peerless does?" Oh no, I have not. Is it like whiskey barrel aged? That sounds really good. I've had the I think Starbucks had a Knob Creek collaboration once before that was in Knob Creek barrels. I have had that one. I do like it. And then as far as other bourbon, I don't know if I've had any other whiskey aged coffee, but I'm very intrigued. All right. Well, the nose on this Peerless Double Oak is pretty amazing. I mean, really, the interesting thing is it's a mix of like really strong. Like, I don't want to say ashiness. It's got the char note, but it's not smoky. It's not like a, obviously not like a scotch or anything, but it has a bit of like I've just given this note before. It's like, you like char some wood and then you like blow it off and then you smell the wood. Like, not quite ashy. It's like somewhere between ashy and like burnt charred wood. I don't know how to describe it. But it's very sweet behind that. I think Peerless has always been really sweet to me. Their bourbon and their rye. So this is the bourbon. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Cheers. And thank you, Emily, for dropping the link. I will check that out after the show. Now, I realized I did not bring a dump glass, which is usually a problem. Actually, you know what? I'll designate one of these as dump glass. Oh, man. That proof, being the first whiskey I've drank today, that like hit me hard. I was not expecting that 107 proof to hit me like that. But it's a nice, good Kentucky Hug. Honestly, I haven't revisited this in years, and I'm actually excited to try it again because I feel like I like it better than I remember liking it, which is always a good sign, right? I think I might have to go pick up a bottle of Peerless. Like I said, I haven't had them in a while. Are there any new or recent releases you guys recommend from them besides the Double Oak? Like I said, I have not been following them too much. I don't even think I'm on their like email like press release list, so I do need to get on that because wow, this is reminding me what I liked about them to begin with. You know, there's almost like a, I mean, first and foremost, there's that char note. It's up there. It's hot. But there's a bit of like a, do I say raspberry? Oh man, it's tough. There's a fruity red fruit on the back end. I was going to say cherry, but I don't know. It's not quite cherry. It's almost, I think raspberry is the closest thing I can put it to. But man, it's really having to fight with that I don't want to say overly char, that double char on the nose. Because I mean, this, if you don't like smoky char, you might not like this, but I do like it. I think it pairs well with the sweetness. It might be a little overpowering for me, but it's overall a quality pour. So starting off good there. Man, I'm hoping that I don't, not mess this up, but I've been having some pretty bad acid reflux the past couple days, and I thought it was gone. I was like, you know what? I can do this. But drinking that 107 proof one, that's probably the highest proof thing I've had since I've been back from Mexico. And yeah, that hit me. Or since I've been in Mexico, there wasn't really any high proof drinks there. So it's been over a week since I've had anything that high proof. So we'll see if I can do it. I might have to add some. I do have a water dropper. I might have to add some water as we go along. But we're going to try it. We're going to try to keep going. But yeah, that was good. But just that heat got me. 107 is not normally a bad one for me. I actually love that proof, but no wheat glands. I know I should have brought those out. There's Double Oak Rye. I hope it reads calcium. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I want to try that as well. If I see it, or if you guys see it, let me know. Not a dump glass, an infinity blend. Okay, well, we will call it an infinity blend. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the fact that there's some weird-ass combinations of whiskey here. So that's going to be the real challenge. Can I stomach the blend of every sample we do tonight? Oh, gosh. All right, new challenge online. Okay, how about... No, I was like, do we make that a super chat goal? Like, if we can get to $50 of super chats, we'll see. We'll see what goes into it. Because I feel like if it's all good whiskey, I feel like it's probably going to be good. But there's some ones that I don't know if I want to add to the land. Let's just make it a goal of $50 on super chats, and then maybe I'll drink it at the end. We'll see, though. Gotta make it a challenge, right? Adam said Dad had a great tour and tasting up there recently. Yeah, I know. I love their tour is so cool. It's my favorite one that we did in Kentucky when we visited. So Emily says blend for science. I will blend for science, but I won't drink. I drink for money. I'm just kidding. No, but super chats do seriously help the channel so much. They really, not just that, but Patreon as well. You guys' support is what makes all this possible. These samples wouldn't have arrived if it wasn't for you guys sending them in. If you guys ever want me to try something, please send it my way. Like I said, most of these I've already done on the channel, so they're kind of like what was left. But if you got something new you're excited about, please send it my way. Shoot me a message on Instagram or Discord, and I'll get you that P.O. box number. So, make a good and a bad dump. That's what the only thing is, there's no bad whiskeys up here. It's just some of these blends are going to be really weird. Like, do we want to pour the like Four Roses LE combined with like a Lagavulin? Like, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, let's keep it going then. Let's pull back up the wheel of whiskey. Now, every time we do one, it gets removed from the list. So now we're down to 29 different options. But you know what? There could be a good one here. I should have purposely bought like some really crap like sample bottles from like Total Wines, just like the bottom shelf stuff, just to like throw in like some like nasty $10 whiskey or something. That would be fun. Didn't think that far ahead, but like I said, just got back from vacation. So, oh well, Tony is giving us a head start to the challenge of drinking all of these whiskeys blended together. Well, Tony, you got us almost halfway there, so maybe I should set the goal a little higher. Thank you so much, Tony. Tony's been a great supporter of the channel, patron, and just overall friend. Hope to see you on the after party after. No worries, Donnie. It's all just for fun. But yeah, let's spin the wheel of whiskey. Can y'all hear the music, or am I just like bopping along to nothing? Oh, okay. I thought we were about to get to the Lagavulin already. Four Roses Single Barrel OESV. Now this is actually probably a remnant from when Brandon and I did a tier ranking list of all the Four Roses recipes, where we went through and tried store picks of every single recipe. So I believe this is one of the left ones. This has come, it doesn't say where it's from, it just says Lost Barrels. It's a 9-year, 5-month, 57.8% ABV. Single barrel Four Roses. All right, Adam Free jumping in to help out. Cliffy Bus Accelerator. Well, you know, you got to put some gas into the Cliffy Bus to get it running. So, you know, I don't know how much it costs to fill up a bus with gas, but the Cliffy Bus needs a lot of whiskey. Actually, not really. Just high proof stuff like this. So 57.8. What is that? We're talking 115 point something proof. Wow. Oh gosh. Yeah, this acid reflux is not going to feel good tonight. Gonna have trouble sleeping. I have to take some melatonin or something. I don't know. All right. So Four Roses Single Barrel OESV. Nice. I don't actually remember where this ranked on my tier list. I do have a I had a pinned post somewhere on my Discord. I'm just scrolling up. By the way, if you guys are not yet on our Discord, why not join us? It is, let me drop a link here to our Discord server. Everyone is welcome. If you are a patron, you get access to some fun rooms like our monthly movie night hangout, after party hangout, and more fun stuff like that. So, all right, let's find my list. So, just trying to scroll up. It's been a while. I took a screenshot of the rankings. Come on. It's been a while since we did that stream, hasn't it? I thought it was some. Oh, here we go. We found it. OESV. So let me, if I can share this. I don't know if it lets me do that. Let's see. Stop sharing that. There we go. Let's share that. All right. So this is my ranking from Four Roses. So OESV was actually my A tier. So, oh, you know what? No, sorry. I was the blue. Brandon was the green. So for me, it was B tier. So it was good. It was in my top 3 tiers, but was not quite my top. But we'll give it a try. We'll see how it is. All right. So I just put a little bit of this one. Let's see if I can stomach the proof. Maybe it'll grow on me. It just, so that was the highest proof thing I've had in like over a week. So, ooh, it hit me. All right. Let's nose it. Oh, interesting. This has an interesting, like, dusty kind of quality to it. It's almost like an old, like, library. It's like one of those, like, older book kind of notes. Like something's been sitting in, like, a chest for a while. Not quite a cedar chest. Cedar, to me, is a very specific note. This one's kind of like an old library or, like, an attic or something. A little bit of, like, a musty dustiness to it, but definitely nothing wrong with that. I mean, definitely a very different note than that Peerless. Yeah, that's really interesting. It smells like, I mean, it's 9 years old, which, you know, I think is probably relatively average for single barrel picks, but they're called the Lost Barrels, so we'll see. Let's try it. Cheers. Ooh. That's good. Yeah, that kind of like sits at the front of the palate with some of those vintage notes. Honestly, that tastes like a much older whiskey. Like, I don't know if I mean older, like an older, like a previous release from like 10 years ago, or like actually drinks older than 9 years old. I think it almost drinks like a 12 to 14-year-old. It kind of reminds me of some of those older Knob Creek picks. Wow, that's really dark and rich. Yeah, M says leather and paper notes. Yeah, that's what I'm getting on this one for sure. It's definitely at the front of the palate though. On the finish, I mean, I'm not too good of a judge of the finish right now because I'm having some acid problems, but it's really good up front. The finish is good. Not quite as long as the double oak. Honestly, it doesn't even drink as high proof as the double oak, which is interesting because it's a good 7-8 proof points higher. So yeah, that's good. I think I definitely prefer that. If I was ranking this, I would put that above the Peerless, but we're not ranking them. We're blending them. So, all right, adding the Four Roses into the blend. Now, this isn't going to be very scientific. It's not going to be a very even blend, but it's going to be a fun one. We'll see. All right, we got through 2 samples. We got some time to go. Let me stop sharing that and share the Wheel of Whiskey again. Yeah, let me know what you guys are drinking tonight. I see Donnie is having some Huber Farms Sherry finished bourbon from Starlight. Fun. Adam said he just finished a beer, so getting ready to pour something. All right, well, maybe Adam, maybe this will, maybe I'll inspire you with whatever the next wheel of whiskey spin is. Yeah, Brandon says this is what was his A tier. Yeah. Oh, it's good. I mean, going to it on its own. I mean, that was a hard stream, right? Like we did a lot of drinking that night, but on its own, it's great. Yeah, I liked it better than the Peerless. Let's go and bring on the wheel of whiskey. Let's go for our third pour of the night. Okay. All right, this one's one I haven't had in a while. Wow. Gosh, I've had this sample set forever, and I did a stream on it a while back. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't do a stream on this one. I got these from a local group that was doing a virtual tasting a while back ago. So what is this, the PX cask? Yeah. PX Sherry Cask Indian whiskey. So I told y'all we're all over the world tonight. International whiskey. So we got the label's a bit faded. Like I said, I've had it for quite a while. Let's see if it'll focus. You can see some info there. If not, it's probably trying to read my shirt. There's text on that. All right, well, if not, I'll still read it to you. There we go. So PX Select Cask, 48% ABV, product of India. All right. So like I said, I have not had this in years, literal years. So is any Paul John fans out there? I knew that someone was talking about Paul John on Discord recently, or maybe it was my local group's Discord, was saying there's a bottle on sale. I really don't remember if I like this or not. I'll be perfectly honest. I have no idea what my thoughts were on this one. I think it's cool to have whiskey from other countries that you don't typically see whiskey from. That's cool. Ooh, oh man, that is not going to blend well with these other whiskeys. I'm telling you that right now. That is malty as heck. It's definitely like a malt whiskey. It almost has like a milkiness, like not like, obviously not like texture, but there's a little bit of like a kind of like an evaporated milk kind of smell, which is a little concerning. I think that's the PX, honestly. The PX sometimes gives me that like very what is it? Like oxidized wine kind of note. Yeah, that's interesting. That is not going to blend well. You guys, we might have to up that super chat goal because, oh god, we'll see how bad this gets. I might have to up it depending on how bad this is. So let's go ahead and try it. Paul John PX. Have not had this on the channel, I don't think. So cheers. Okay. Oh, okay. The smell threw me off. I did not like the smell. It was that PX was overpowering on the nose. Palate though, it's actually nice. It has it definitely takes you on a bit of a journey, which is something that I always appreciate in whiskey. It's like it starts out sweet, and then it gets you with the maltiness. Then on the back end, that PX just kind of lingers and just hangs out. It's not super high proof. It lingers on the back part of the palate. Really complements it nicely. What, 48%? I'm glad I got a couple other Paul Johns we might be trying tonight that are here. Like I said, I have this sample set from years and years ago. We have a peated one and then a classic. So we might get those, well, we might not. But yeah, I like that. The Paul John PX. I think that's, I've only had 2 other whiskeys so far. So not my favorite of the bunch, but, these are from all over the world. So, all right. Let's keep it moving. The Cliffy bus is going to come real quick if that sounded weird. The Cliffy bus is going to, I don't know how to say that without that makes it weird. Let's just, wheel of whiskey. All right, let's move to Paul John. Let's spin the wheel of whiskey again. Whoop, oh wow, we're definitely going all over the place. Glenfiddich Age of Discovery. Now I think this might be one that I actually haven't tried before. Let's see. I don't remember where this came from. If you guys sent me any of these samples, please shout it out in the chat. I'd love to know more about each of these if I can find them in an appropriate amount of time. Glenfiddich, okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow, I've had this for a while. So this is let me pull that down. So this is the Glenfiddich Age of Discovery Bourbon Cask. I assume that means it's a 2019 release. 80 proof. So we're definitely going down in proof here. Let me switch glasses here. I don't want that. I feel like that PX kind of like, I need to rinse that glass before I go back to it, but. All right. Yes. Glenfiddich Age of Discovery. I don't know anything about this. Someone tell me. I mean, I can Google it too. I've opened this sample, so I don't know if I tried it on a, because I did some Twitch streams where I tried a bunch of samples. So it might have been on a Twitch stream, but I don't really recall those. Those are mostly focused on the gaming. Let's see, Glen. I'll Google it. Age of Discovery. Oh, 19 year. That's not a. Oh wow, I thought that meant it was a 2019 release. Holy moly. Okay, that's secondary. There's a listing for it for $800 on secondary right now. Like, golly, like that's ridiculous. It looks like around 150 is retail, 150 to 200. Let's see. Let's see. It looks like there's a few different releases of it. I don't know which one this one is. It just says Age of Discovery Bourbon Cask. Oh, it does say Bourbon Cask. Let's see. See what we can find. Oh, here's their official website. Oh, gotta put my birth year. Okay. Oh my god, I left off the one. Okay, no, that didn't let me in. I was like, I was born in pre the year 1000. All right, 19 years old, Age of Discovery Bourbon Cask. Crunchy toffee. That's an interesting note to describe your whiskey as crunchy. Okay, marketing speak. Okay, this is the second release in the Age of Discovery collection and a first for us. Bourbon Cask Reserve is inspired by bourbon history. It's our only expression exclusively matured in American bourbon casks for 19 years. Wow. Now, it doesn't say if it's like first fill or not. It just says American bourbon casks. So I'm like always iffy about that with scotch. It's like, a lot of scotch is aged in bourbon casks. Like, yeah, that's how most scotch is aged. 19 years, though. Exclusively in bourbon casks. That's going to be interesting. Oh, okay. I love that nose. Wow, that is a fall nose for sure. It almost has a, gosh, that's so different. Definitely apple cinnamon. That's the first thing that jumps out. It's like maybe apple cinnamon oatmeal. That kind of maltiness is kind of giving it a bit of an oatmeal quality to it. Yeah, there's a tropical, not tropical, sorry, that's the wrong word. Citrus kind of note. Like I was almost thinking like orchard fruit, like an apple or pear. Maybe it's a little citrus. Yeah, it's like, gosh, but it's so sweet. Now I'm cheating a little bit right now, and I'm looking at their description of the nose, and they say orange marmalade on toast, and I gotta say that is pretty dang close. It smells. I mean, really, like that's such a specific note. I don't get the toast on the nose, but yeah, like a very, very sweet orange jam. Wow, that is so interesting. Surprised that note came just exclusively from a bourbon cask. All right, I can't wait to try this one. This is really, I'm loving the nose. Let's give it a try. Cheers. Mm-hmm. Wow. That It reminds me a lot of Orchard House, which is a Compass Box blend, a very affordable Compass Box blend. And I would almost argue if they're using a good bit of Glenfiddich in that blend, because this is really reminding me of that. It's darker, it's richer, it's older. So it is bringing in some of those more, leather tobacco kind of notes, which does come from an older whiskey. But it still has that bright orange fruitiness to it that, like, if you told me this was finished in like an orange liqueur barrel, I would believe you, because it's so prominent, but it's not distracting. I thought on the nose it was going to be a little overpowering. Oh, that's delicious. That's got to be probably, I can tell that that's a $150, $200 whiskey. That is really, really good. Man, I hate to add that to our blend, but we're going to do it. We're not adding too much, of course. We're adding a little bit of each one left. Wow. That's my number one thing I've tried so far tonight. I'm very, very excited. Speaking of excited, I'm also very excited that Joseph Brazo is giving me money. I feel like you're usually shitting on me. I'm just kidding. But good to see you, Joseph. Appreciate the support. Joseph's, of course, been a supporter of the channel for years and years and years. So cheers to you, my friend. I think we are almost at our goal. I set the goal at 50, so 30. We're at 35, so $15 more. We'll see. But I told you that the goal might go up the weirder this blend gets. Right now, $50 seems appropriate, but it's all just supporting the channel. It's all just good fun. Eric Thompson says, cheers. Eric, good to see you. I feel like I recognize your name from someone else's chat. I don't know if you've been here before, but welcome. So glad to see you on the stream. All right, back to the wheel of whiskey. We got more to drink. We got more time. We got about 30 more minutes. So let's go and spin this again. Let's see what's next. Ooh, okay. I cannot complain about this one. E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, one of my absolute favorite whiskeys. Never owned a bottle of it. I've had some very generous friends who have shared it. Wow, I'm so excited for this one. All right, let's get that. So let me get the sample again. I don't know who this came from. Whoever sent me this, thank you. It's been a while. I've had it for a while. If I can find, I think it's one of these like written on the bottle ones. I think it's this one. Yeah, EH Taylor Barrel Proof. So it's it just says EHTBP on it. So I don't know which batch. I don't know which who sent this, but whoever it was, thank you. It's a full bottle, so I've not tried this sample yet. So excited. I love this whiskey. Every time I've had a chance to try it, I've just I don't know, just love it. Now, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it after having some acid reflux, but we're going to see. We're going to see. Actually, I'm going to move to. I need to rinse these glasses. So I'm going to start. I got one more new glass, and then I'm going to rinse before I go to the next one because I don't want to influence my opinion. Not that it really matters, but I feel like when you're drinking EH Barrel Proof, you got to have a clean glass. So, all right. So like I said, I don't know which batch this is. Don't come for me. I don't know if it's like the blue print and the green print, or some people identify them in such weird ways. Batch 19. Oh, okay. So I have a feeling this came from our friend Aaron. Batch 19. Oh, well, Brandon said I think they're only on batch 13. Okay. Oh, controversy. Maybe a batch from 2019? Maybe? I don't know. Either way, I'm very, very excited. All right, let's go ahead and nose this. Oh gosh, I'm like shaking. I'm like so excited for this one. Barrel proof Buffalo Trace products always have my heart. Whether it's a Stag, George T. Stag, even like the whole BTAC collection, Weller Full Proof, and EH Taylor Barrel Proof. I just love their high proof offerings. That nose. I don't know the age on these. These usually are pretty old, right? They're basically older versions of the single barrels. I think it's like what 9 to 11 years old. Not sure exactly. Okay, so SIC Dusting, it's from his 13 sounds right. Gotcha. No, it probably is. It looks like it was one of the ones we got from a meetup because it's just written on there with a Sharpie. It doesn't look like it was printed on there to like be shipped to me. Like it looks like we just like wrote that after a meetup. But man, I love the nose on that. It's way more traditional bourbon. Everything else has been kind of like unique notes. This is just classic bourbon in all the best ways. All right, cheers, y'all. Oh man, God, that's good. Does not feel good swallowing though. That is so rich, decadent, flavorful. Even with the water sip at the end, it's still the finish is still lingering. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine the proof on that one. That's probably pretty epic. Let's say it is batch 13. Let's see. EHT barrel proof, batch 13. We don't know if this is actually which one it is, but let's just see if we can find. Okay. It's probably not batch 13 because I just came out this year and I've had this way longer than this year. So we're just going to say it's batch 11. Yeah, Brandon just got batch 13, but like there's no way. I've had this for a longer period than that. Unless this is from you, Brandon, and I'm misremembering. I'll just say this is probably 2021. Let's just assume. So around 130 proof. So either way, it's around 130 proof. That one was 129.3. So probably somewhere around 130. Gosh, on the nose, that's instantly Buffalo Trace. Oh, okay. Well, okay. So he's looking at the bottle. So 63.65. So what is that? Is that 126 point? So 127 point something? Gotcha. Wow. Yeah, you can tell that proof is hitting. It's the highest proof we've had tonight. But man, is that delicious. It's everything you expect from the other EH Taylor barrels, the small batch, the single barrel, but it's really amped up at barrel strength. I think it kind of brings out a sweeter element to it. Less of the oak that I think some of the single barrels bring out. This one, like that mash, that like the grains really shine in like a really good way. It does have some strong corn forward notes, but it's definitely more like a don't want to say popcorn, but it's more of like a roasted kind of corn note. I know that sounds weird talking about a bourbon, but 127.3, batch 10. We got it confirmed. All right. Appreciate y'all working together to figure that out. Yeah, so this is batch 10, so that's probably from, I don't know when that's from. Batch 9 was in 2020. Batch 10 is 2021. There we go. Or no, end of 2020. No, 2021. There we go. 2021 release. 127.3 proof. Oh, man. It has almost a floral characteristic that I don't typically associate with Buffalo Trace. Maybe in some blends I've gotten that kind of floral note. But, I mean, that's up there. I mean, that and the Glen, what was it? The Glen something? The Glenfiddich Age of Discovery are definitely in my top 2 of the night so far. I hate to add that to our blend, but we got to do it. We got to do it. We haven't reached the super chats yet, so I'm not guaranteed to try this yet. But, man, that is fantastic. By the way, I didn't, for those of you concerned, I didn't finish it. I definitely still have some to save. So thank you again, Aaron, for the sample. Whenever you gave it to me several years ago, I didn't just dump it all. All right, Wheel of Whiskey, we got time for some more. Let's go. Let's see what we can drink next. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream, hit the thumbs up. It does mean a lot. It seriously helps out the channel, especially with fun ones like this. I know it's not going to get picked up by the algorithm very much, but you know what? Your thumbs up do mean a lot to me. Okay. Back to the world of... Oh, we're sticking with bourbon. All right. Four Roses, limited edition from 2021. Wow. Those 2 bangers back to back. Gosh. All right. We did 4 Roses. This is our second 4 Roses of the night. Let me find that bottle. Let's see. Come on. I don't even have that many left up here, but I still am struggling. It's going to get harder as the night goes on because I'm going to be getting a little bit drunker and drunker. 4 Roses, 4 Roses. Where is my 4 Roses? Oh, there we go. Wow. This one, really nice handwriting. Whoever sent this. Well, I guess I'll pull it up. Let's get to 10. 10 thumbs up or 10 samples? We'll see. All right, so this is a 2021 release, coming in at 57.1% ABV. So now I'm going to do about a rinse of these glasses because I don't want to start getting them mixed up. I don't want to pour something into like a scotch glass and like be like, oh, it's really malty, and it's like a freaking wheat whiskey or something. All right, so we're rinsing. We're hydrating. All right, so this is the 4 Roses LE Small Batch 2021 release at barrel strength. Thank you to whoever sent this, by the way. All right. Now, 4 Roses, like I said, I've traditionally not been a huge 4 Roses fan until I did that stream with Brandon, where I tried every recipe. Speaking of every recipe, they have 2 new recipes coming soon. I don't know if y'all saw the news. But yeah, they're doing a thing where they're inviting someone to be an ambassador for the Mellow Moments Club to join their board, and have them come to the distillery and taste them, be the first to try them and give them feedback. I did enter. I have not heard anything, so probably not going to be selected. I think they pick them either today or tomorrow. But hey, if I get in, I will keep you guys updated. I would love to be a part of that. But for now, we're drinking the 2021. All right. On the nose, man, that is like butterscotch. Much different than E.H. Taylor. E.H. Taylor was a bit of like a honey, like kind of floral sweetness. This is a dark, butterscotchy, caramel. I would say like cowtails, like the candy. Oh gosh, that's such a beautiful nose. Not traditional 4 Roses to me at all. That is a sweet, sweet nose, not floral. I always get floral with a lot of 4 Roses recipes. This one I don't. Let me just look at what recipes this is. Now I'm curious. 4 Roses, LE, 2020. What did I say, 21? Where did I set the bottle? Come on, Clifton. Get yourself together. 2021. I'm just curious what recipes went into this one. All right, let's see. So this one features a 16-year-old bourbon from OBSV, a 14-year-old OBSQ, a 12-year-old OESK, and a 16-year-old OESV. All right, well, let me go back to my Discord to see what my top ones. So my top ones were OBSF, OESO, OESF, and OBSQ. Oh, OBSQ. There's a 14-year in there. All right. So at least one of my top 2 recipes are in there. OESV, OESQ. OESV is in there as well. That was in my B tier. OESK. That was C. That wasn't my favorite. OBSV, also not my favorite. But hey, two from my really high tiers and 2 from my not so great tiers. So I'm really excited to see. But a minimum of 12 years old. That's really exciting. Tony says 35 so far. Who wants to see the infinity blend? Like I said, if we get to 50, we can. I'll drink them all blended together, and it's already a weird combo. So thank y'all again for everyone that super chatted. All right, I'm very excited to try this one. Gosh, that nose is beautiful. Really, you can tell this is a master blend. Cheers. Yeah, that's one of those ones that you kind of want to sip on and like think about for a minute, because it finishes almost like it's desserty through and through. Like up front, it's got that like sweeter, fruity. I guess I still kind of get a little bit of orange as well. Not as much strong like orange marmalade as we had earlier, but a bit of orange. But on the end, it kind of is like, yeah, it starts sweet, oaky in the mid palate, and then finish. It kind of brings that orange back out, but it's kind of blended with I don't know if it's a coffee. I don't know if it's coffee, espresso, or chocolate, but it's a dark, rich note on the very back end. Maybe dark chocolate, not a sweet chocolate at all. The sweetness is up front with that kind of citrus note, but on the back end is like a dark, rich chocolate. But there's still hints of that. It's like, when you get a nice dark chocolate that has some like fruit in it, or some like, I think there's like one that I used to eat when I was younger that was like a blood orange, chili pepper, dark chocolate. It's like a weird combo, but it works really well. That's what I'm getting here. It's not spicy. Pretend there's no chili pepper in what I just said, but there is that orange note and there's a really dark chocolate note. Delicious. Wow. Incredible. Well worthy of my top. I'm not going to rank these anymore because like we're trying some hitters back to back. It's up there with the Each Daily Barrel Proof and the Age of Discovery for sure. Oh man, well we are at our goal. So it looks like Cliffy is going to be blending all of these and drinking them at the end of the stream. Thank you so much. Taste and Sensibility, Doug. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for all your support. All right, adding to the blend. We got some really good whiskeys in here. We'll just see how they all work together. So far, here's the blend. Y'all curious. It's got everything in it. It's really dark. I think it's because there are a lot of high proof bourbons in there. All right, thank you for everyone that's super chatted. Now, you can still, if you want to support the channel, you can go up. There's nothing else I can do to make it even weirder. I could put some weird stuff in it, but I feel like that would ruin the whole point of the experiment. So we're just going to roll with it as is. But we're also going to roll the Wheel of Whiskey again. Because if I keep talking, I'm going to get drunker and I'm not going to finish the stream. So, Wheel of Whiskey. Let's go for spin number, what is this? 6. Who is keeping track? Was it you, Tony? I think this is spin 7. Well, you can tell I got lazy with typing this one. This is actually New Riff Maltster. This is the bourbon rye recipe. So I keep holding it to the camera too early. So this one is, you remember they did like the bourbon one and then they did a rye one? This was the bourbon one that was like a rye whiskey mash bill. This is number 7. Thank you, Brandon. I knew someone was counting. So I have had this before. What is now I'm trying to remember what the New Riff Maltsters were. New Riff. They came out several years ago. Bourbon, because they had a 6-year one that just recently came out. Bourbon with malted rye. There we go. From 2020. Yeah, bottle on the bottom, 100 proof. Doesn't say. Is there an age statement? 5 years old. Okay. Mash bill is 65% corn, 30% malted rye, and 5% malted barley. Retails for about $50. All right, interesting. Let's go ahead and see how that one tastes. Got my rinse glasses over here. Got to make sure I finish them. Brandon says they also had an 8-year recently. Wow, I knew they had the 6-year. I tried that recently at a meetup. Have not tried the 8-year. Well, I mean, New Riff has been around. They've kind of like staked their claim. Would love to try some of their newer stuff. I just
I don't buy that often. I don't know if there was a period of time where these limited releases made it to K&L in Los Angeles, and I don't know how they got a few of them, but then they stopped showing up. So we'll see. Brandon says he's got me. Maybe he has a connect over there. All right, so let's go ahead and try this one. Thank you, Brandon. All right, so like I said, this is the one from 2020, so it's 5 years old. Tony says the 6 year is a malted rye and the 9 years of bourbon. Nice, okay. Yeah, this is before both of those. So this uses that malted rye. Oh, that's weird. That's such a weird note. Malted rye is one of those things that I just haven't quite found my palate for. I want to say I don't like it, but there's a couple of them that I've had that I'm like, there's something I see in this. So this one being a blend of bourbon with the malted rye, I'm curious if maybe it'll kind of make it more approachable for me. That I seriously like. I don't know. I've just had some really funky malted ryes that have kind of thrown me off. But let's try this one. Yeah. This one to me, oof, that burns. Not necessarily in a good way. I'm not a fan of that. To me, I mean, it's again, this is their older releases back from 2020. To me, it just tastes, the rye is funky. The whiskey just tastes young. The burn is all like harsh alcohol burn, less of like the like warm finish. Because it burned, but then it like immediately went away. So yeah, I don't know. That one just doesn't do it for me. I like, I can't say I would buy a bottle of that one, but you know what? I appreciate the chance to try it. So again, whoever sent me the sample, thank you for saving me some money. All right, adding it to the blend. I don't know how this is gonna feel or what it's gonna do, but we'll try it. All right. By the way, I will be finishing this blend on the after party hangout for those that are there. So if you're curious what I'm drinking. All right. Oh gosh. Okay, we're going to what? Number 8. We can get through 8, 9, 10. Wow. 3 more. Also, hi Wesley. The Cliffy bus is making its approach very, very quickly. There we go. Making its approach sounds a lot better than what I said earlier because that was a little inappropriate. All right, let's go. Spin the wheel of whiskey. Let's go. How is the 4 minutes of single barrel still in there? I don't know. Okay, this is probably a typo. I don't know what the heck this word says. I might need y'all's help with this one. When is the Cliffy bus driving to San Diego? I might be there for Comic-Con at the end of July. Undecided yet, but there's a chance I'll be there, only for probably a couple nights at the most for work. But if I do, I'll let you know for sure. All right, Killowen. I tried to write what I could read off this label. Let me show you. There's some accents here. Oh, this is from our friend Stacy, if she's still here. So 4 Leaf Whiskey sent me this for a flight a while back ago. It is a Killowen. Oh, that's really bright. Barantuil Tawny Port Peated 3-year-old, 56.05% ABV. Now, I'd love to tell you what I thought of this when I tried it on Stacy's stream, but I have no idea if this is one of the recent ones we've done or if this is one of the earlier streams we did together. So it's been a while, but I'm excited to give it another try. Love a peated Irish. That's so interesting. This is probably from the recent stream because this is a port cask, and I think we did exclusively port casks at the time. So go to my channel and search for 4 Leaf Whiskey on my videos, or search for Irish Whiskey Flight. You'll find it. I think this one was all port. Really dark color on that. I mean, that port cask wine is really influencing this. It's also peated. It's also high proof. I like the idea of all of that. Oh, and this is the first peated one of the night, by the way, going into our blend. Beautiful nose, though. I mean, it's interesting because it's so sweet from that port. I mean, port and peat. The only time I've had something like that, I think, is probably the Lagavulin, the Cargis. Didn't they have a port? They had a white port one. Did they just have a regular port and wine? I feel like they did. It's been a couple years, but yeah. But this is Irish. This is not peated Scotch. Oh man, beautiful nose on that. Can't wait to try it. Cheers. Mm, I remember liking this one. Now that I've tasted, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Wow, that's, I mean, beautiful is how I describe it on the palate too. I mean, that port just blends. It's like the wisps of the smokiness and the peatiness are so balanced with that port wine. It could be the Cliffy Bus talking, but that's probably one of. I keep saying these are all the top whiskeys I've had all night, but this is one of the best. Wow, definitely one of the best. One of the best Irish whiskeys I've ever had, and I'm sure I probably said that on the stream. Now watch. Oh, did I say what did I say? Did I say Lagavulin Carges? I meant Lefroy. Sorry, I don't know what I said. Yes, but I think they did a port cask. I don't know. That's beautiful. That's an amazing Irish whiskey. I hate to put it into the blend, but here we go. Wow, so good. All right, we got to get through at least 2 more. We got 6 more minutes. Let's go ahead and remove that one. Pull up the wheel of whiskey. Let's see if we can do 2 more before the end, and then we'll do a tasting of the blend. Oh, shoot. Ooh, this is close. Oh, my gosh. Wow, I feel guilty putting this into a... Oh, my gosh. Let's pull the info. Black Art 5.1. This is a Bruichladdich product. I got nervous though. I just knocked it over. Let's see. Came out. It says this. Here's a review from. So this was a 1992 bottle. It's 24 years. I don't want to say 26. Hold on. Oh no. Wait, 26 year. Maybe that's an older one. Hold on. Let me find the exact bottling. 1992. 26. Oh, okay, I think there might just be a typo on the bottle because I think this is the 19.2. It's a 24 year. So, yeah, so it is a 24-year-old Bruichladdich. Wow. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Now, retail on this was bottled in 2016. Just FYI, this whiskey was distilled 1 year before I was born. Oh my gosh. I have to thank my local group for this because this definitely had to come from one of them. So I see some of you there, Wesley, Aaron. I don't know whose bottle this is, but I am very grateful for it. Let me use a clean glass for this one. Wesley said he wants that in his mouth so bad. Well, I assume this came from one of our meetups, so you probably have had it in your mouth. I don't know if you remember what goes into your mouth at all those meetups, but it's a lot. All right, Black Art 5.1. Yeah, I was trying to find a price on it. Donner Pass said pricey bottle. I don't see a price listed here on this. This is a review though, so I'm sure it's going for. Let's see. So this person, $365. So about $365 US dollars per. And now that was 3 years ago, so I don't know if that's the retail or not. But yes, it's unpeated. I always get confused because I get dark art confused. Black art is unpeated. That's what I was thinking because it's Bruichladdich. So I was like, oh wait, hold on. I haven't nosed it yet, so I have no thoughts there. But let me make sure this glass is fully rinsed. This is the 5th release of the Dark Art series, and was the first of the new master distiller Adam Hannett. He has some pretty big shoes to fill as he took over the reins from the famous Jim McEwen. All right. Mystery mix of casks to make a very unique single malt blend. All right. So, first release of Adam Hannett. Does anyone know if he is still at the distillery? Again, that's news from 2016, so it's been a while. 2016 literally feels like 20 years ago. Oh, thank you, for dropping the link to that stream with Stacy. Yeah, you guys go check that if you haven't seen it. All right. Oh man, the nose on this one, it's so cream. I have a Deanston cream sherry finish that's to me so creamy. And this is so creamy on the nose. I mean, it's a dark, rich, it kind of at first reminds me of those strawberries and cream hard candies, cream savers. I always think back to like church with like my grandma. We would have those. It has that creamy characteristic with a red fruit. Now it's a dark. I mean, I could say strawberry, like a really rich strawberry syrup, like puree. But there's almost it's definitely like really rich red berries. Not too malty. I kind of was worried about being a little malty on the nose, especially with it being, unpeated. But man, delicious nose. I'm having all these hitters tonight. Gandy Road, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We got 2 more drinks to get through, but we're gonna try to do it. Make sure to check out the replay if you're curious, or if you're just here to watch me drink them all at the end. There's also that. And I could sit lingering this on the nose forever, but I gotta try it. Cheers. Now I don't know if I've just like kind of blown my palate a bit, but it's good. But I think the nose kind of teased me a little bit too much. It set my expectations way too high. The nose is, I mean, this could be a perfume or a cologne, like really beautiful nose. I mean, yeah, I could smell it all day. Palate, a lot of those like nuances that I'm getting on the nose aren't coming through as much. They're there very, very subtly. It's still fruity, and it's still a quality whiskey. It's just like it kind of leaves me wanting more. It leaves me wanting like all those big fruity, creamy bursts of flavors. I want them on the palate more than just the nose. So I like it a lot. I mean, I don't know if I would pay $3.65 for it, but like I would greatly pay for a pour just to try it. Really interesting. Lets me down a little bit. If I had to rank it on like a S tier kind of thing, I would probably put it at a B tier. It's destined for greatness, but the palate doesn't carry through. So it's going to the blend. All right. Time for one more, then we're going to drink the blend. I do want to drink at least one more. Let's get to 10. All right. Wheel of Whiskey. Pull it back up. We got time for one more. Final spin. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Complete 180. Early Times Bottled in Bond. Now, I saved this because this is one of the older ones that was like the old bottling of it before it went to, I don't know, did it leave Brown-Forman? Did it come to Brown-Forman? I don't know. This all happened years ago, pre-pandemic or like right at the beginning of the pandemic. My mind goes blank. This is the first one. This is the older one. So I saved this thinking I would pick up a bottle of the more recent one and be like, oh, let's compare them. But then like that trend passed a bit, and yeah, I never drank it. So let's go find that one over here. There it is. Early Times Bottle and Bond. Again, this is the older release of it, but doesn't mean it's any less delicious for the price. I mean, what was it, like 1 liter? Sazerac bought it from Brown-Forman. Thank you, Donnie. Aaron says, I agree with you. 5.1 was underwhelming. 4.1 on the other hand. Oh, yeah, I've not had 4.1. But yeah, nothing was wrong with 5.1. I kind of think it just left something to be desired. If it tasted as good as the nose, that would have been like S tier. Like so good. All right. Oh, I just added water in here to rinse it, and then I just almost poured my whiskey on top of it. I almost had a whiskey and water. Tony said this is a blend again and contestant for 2025. I don't know. There are so many good things in here, but there's also some weird, funky ones that are just going to like throw it off so much. I have no idea how it's going to taste, but let's enjoy this Early Times Bottle and Bond first. So this is the Brown-Forman older release, 100 proof, ridiculously affordable for what it is. Not too much happened on the nose. I mean, it's been in the sample bottle, so maybe it needs to open up a bit, but man, I think it's just, I think I've spoiled myself. So many of these are such strong hitters. Like, I mean, because like I said, most of these were sent to me by you guys. So you guys send me the good stuff. This is one that I saved for myself because I was going to come back to it and do a stream that never got made. So I'm comparing like a $20 bottle to some $300 bottle that I just had previously. It's a little unfair. But, there's a place for everything. Sometimes you don't want to think about that overly complex bottle. You just want something to sip on. So let's go ahead and try the Early Times Bottle and Bond. Eh, it's good. It's exactly what I remember it tasting like. A little harsh. It's younger. Flavor wise, like the flavors before you get to the finish are working really nicely together. I mean, Brown Foreman, I think they make a solid product. I've pretty much liked at least some expression of every brand they have. This just to me was such a good value cocktail bourbon, if that makes sense. Because I like my cocktail bourbons to be around 100 proof. Not something you want to be overly think about. It's not something overly complex. The price is great. Now I don't know how it's changed. If it's any better, have y'all had the new one? Let me know. Has Sazerac made it better? Made it worse? I'm curious. I was gonna do that stream, but I never made it. So I think it's primarily because I can't get the bottle and bond out here. I have to wait till I go back to the Carolinas to get it. So yeah, but nothing wrong with it. But it's going into the blend. All right. Here we go. We reached the moment where we've blended 10 different whiskeys from 10 different countries. That's not true. What do we have in here? All right, we got some bourbons. I saw the list. Someone's keeping a list, but you might have just kept it one by one. Got plenty of bourbons. We got a malted rye. It's still a malted rye bourbon. I don't think we have any straight rye whiskeys in here. But we do have plenty of scotch, peated and unpeated. We have some peated Irish in here, which is fun. We have some LEs. We got some Four Roses LE. We got some. What was the other one? There was another. I forgot what the other one. There's two Four Roses. The Four Roses LE, and then there was a regular Four Roses single barrel. There was the. I don't know. A lot of good stuff. Each Taylor Barrel Proof. That's what I was trying to think of. So, all of that blended together. Let's give it a nose. Oh my gosh! If I finish this tonight, you guys gotta check on me in the morning. Oh, Tony says, I don't think we've reached the point of Sazerac's juice yet. They bought all the barrels. Oh, I see. Nothing straight about that mix now. That's true. I mean, there wasn't as soon as I started blending it, but... Gandhi Road says, I really enjoyed the 1783 Heroes Edition. Okay, question. I saw that, and I saw someone reviewing it, comparing it. Is it not just the same thing? I mean, I'm confused, because I remember the Bottle and Bond, they had an American Heroes Edition that was just a different bottle. It was a pretty bottle, had the American flag on it, but my understanding was it was the same whiskey that went in there. Did I miss something with the 1783? Is it a different, something different about it? I love the new 1783. I think it's great. I just thought the Heroes Edition was just a pretty bottle. I could be totally wrong. I don't know the details on it. I saw someone streaming comparing it to the original one. I'm like, oh, wait, they're different? I'm confused. So if anyone knows more about that, let me know, because I'll definitely pick up a bottle. I love the regular one, so. And by pretty bottle, some of the proceeds do go support. I don't know offhand which organization, so it's not just a pretty bottle. It actually does go to a good cause. So, all right, I'll stop delaying. Let's nose this blend. You know what? The peat is what really. I mean, it kind of smells good. It kind of smells like a pie shop. Like a pie shop is baking blueberry pies, apple pies, peach pies, chocolate pies. There's some lots of different pies in here, but it's all pie. Meat pies. No, not meat pies. Maybe there's some burnt pies, which gives you some of the smokiness, but it's overall not a bad note. It's just the peat is kind of wisping through, and it's just a weird combination of a bunch of unbalanced fruit notes, which, could be good. Let's give it a try. Cheers, y'all. Thank you, everyone that super chatted. It does mean a lot. And thank you to all the patrons, Bite Club members, mods, anyone who hit the thumbs up button. Y'all mean the world to me. Next week, not next week, the week after next, we have a fun stream coming up with RD1. I know some folks that went to Perry's meetup in Kentucky just met with them. But yeah, they're sending me their flights. I tried them at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, so I'm excited to do a flight for you guys and taste through them. Really, really excited. Good folks there. So, okay, I'm delaying enough. Let's try it. Woo! Okay. I'm trying to think of what this tastes like. The peat gets you before the proof. I don't know what that noise that just came out of my mouth was, but that was my reaction. It kind of scared me. I wasn't expecting that peatiness. You know what this kind of reminds me of? This is not a diss at all. This kind of reminds me of Johnny Walker Black. I feel like it's kind of like going it's trying to be balanced, but kind of some of the flavors are competing with itself. And don't get me wrong, I think Johnny Walker Black is fine. I actually just bought the triple cask when I was in Mexico because I'm curious to try it. But like nothing is like working great here. Like it's a lot of competing. I think honestly, if you ask me what if I had to guess what spirit this was, I think the peatiness makes me immediately think like, okay, this is probably a scotch. But there's some sweetness from the bourbon in there for sure. Those barrel proof bourbons that went in here, the Four Roses, the E.H. Taylor, you can taste them. Like once you get past the peat, they're like hopping out. Like I can feel little inklings of that honey floral sweetness from the E.H. Taylor, just trying to dig its way out. It's like they're in quicksand. It's like no, get to the top. But is the woo cliffies I fell? Maybe that just was not expecting. Wasn't expecting it to taste like that. They're competing. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. 1783 American Heroes Annual Release Veteran Select. Oh shit! I didn't realize that Veteran Selected Barrels. That's really cool. Now I gotta seek it out. Had no idea. Yeah, very interested in trying that. I love 1783. So, all right, might be doing that next week. I don't have a stream idea for next week, so I might have to make a run to Total Wine to get that. Very cool. Didn't realize that. Thank you for the info dump. All right. Well, that does it for tonight. The Cliffy Bus is rolling. He'll be there for the after party hangout for everyone on Patreon, for everyone here watching live or the replay. Tell me what your favorite was. It was a weird lineup. There were some really good ones. They were all good. There was just some that I didn't really care for. Favorites tonight highlights are the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, the Four Roses 2021 LE. The one that surprised me was the Glenfiddich. The Glenfiddich Age of Discovery. Bomb. So good. Glowing, just as good as I remembered. The ones that disappointed me, Paul John was okay. I didn't love it. Black Art smelled great. Palate let me down a little bit. What was one I didn't like? Well, I mean, the early times was fine, but there's one that I didn't like. Oh, it was the New Riff one. The only one that I actually finished. The New Riff Maltster. Yeah, that's the only one that I don't really care to go back to, so we had to kill it tonight. But thank you all so much for watching. It's been fun. Make sure to subscribe if you want to be back. I'm here every Thursday. But until next time, this has been Bourbon Bites. Cheers. Thank you to everyone who supported the show. Shout out to our newest patron, Devin, who has not yet made it to my end card, but soon. I just got back from vacation, y'all. Give me a break. But shout out to Devin and everyone else you're about to see on the screen here.